What if I told you there's a city where wild deer roam freely, not as fearful animals, but as a natural part of daily life, living side by side with humans? It sounds like something out of a fantasy world, but this place is very real. Welcome to Nara, Japan. A city where deer are not just animals, they are considered sacred beings, deeply embedded in the history and culture of the land. But how did this unusual relationship between humans and deer come to be? And why do these animals have absolutely no fear of people? The answer lies in a legend that dates back more than 1,300 years. According to ancient Japanese mythology, a powerful Shinto deity once descended from the heavens, riding on the back of a majestic white deer. This divine presence blessed the land, and from that moment on, the deer of Nara were considered messengers of the gods. Their presence was seen as sacred, and harming them was strictly forbidden. For centuries, the people of Nara protected and revered these animals, believing that they carried the spirits of the gods who watched over the city. Even today, this tradition remains strong, and the deer of Nara continue to be legally protected, roaming freely without fear. Imagine what happens when a species is left undisturbed by humans for over 1,000 years. Unlike deer in other parts of the world, which are often skittish and afraid of people, the deer of Nara have developed a completely different relationship with their human neighbors. They walk among crowds, approach tourists, and even bow in response to people, an incredible and rare behavior that has made them famous worldwide. But while this coexistence seems magical, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Walking through the streets of Nara, you'll notice something unusual. Unlike in other cities, where animals tend to stay away from human activity, here the deer roam freely. They move through temple grounds, parks, and even urban streets as if they belong. The locals treat them as part of the community, respecting their presence and ensuring their safety. It's not uncommon to see a deer waiting patiently at a crosswalk or casually wandering through a bustling marketplace. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coexistence is how the deer have learned to communicate with humans. Over time, they have developed a unique behavior that sets them apart from any other wild deer in the world. They bow. Yes, these deer have mastered the art of bowing, a gesture deeply embedded in Japanese culture as a sign of respect. When a visitor offers them a special treat, known as Sika senbei, deer crackers, the deer gracefully lower their heads in a bow before accepting the food. It's an extraordinary sight that leaves tourists in awe. But is this behavior truly a form of respect? Or is it simply a learned response driven by food rewards? Scientists believe that the deer have adapted this behavior over generations by observing human interactions. In Japan, bowing is a common practice in daily life, whether it's a greeting, an expression of gratitude, or a show of politeness. The deer, being highly intelligent animals, have seemingly picked up on this social cue and incorporated it into their own way of interacting with people. Some researchers suggest that this learned behavior has been reinforced over the years, as deer that bow are more likely to receive food, encouraging others to mimic the action. While this interaction is charming and heartwarming, it also raises some interesting questions about the impact of human influence on wildlife behavior. Is this a natural evolution of coexistence? Or are we unintentionally shaping the instincts of these animals? Whatever the case may be, there is no denying that Nara's deer have become an iconic symbol of peaceful coexistence between humans and nature. Nara's deer have become more than just a cultural and spiritual symbol. They are now an integral part of the city's tourism industry. Every year, millions of visitors from around the world come to experience the unique charm of freely roaming deer. And where there is tourism, there is business. Locals have embraced the presence of these animals, turning them into an attraction that fuels the city's economy. One of the most popular activities for tourists is feeding the deer with special rice crackers called Sika senbei. These crackers are sold at various stalls throughout the city, and the moment a visitor buys them, they are immediately surrounded by eager deer, patiently waiting for a treat. Some deer politely bow before accepting the crackers, while others, especially the more mischievous ones, aren't afraid to nudge or even lightly nibble on a tourist's clothing to get attention. This interaction has become a major highlight of visiting Nara, making the deer an essential part of the city's charm. While this may seem like a perfect example of harmony between humans and nature, there is a hidden side to this booming deer tourism. The constant feeding has altered the natural behavior of the deer, making them more dependent on humans for food. In the wild, deer forage for grass, leaves, and nuts, but in Nara, they have learned that standing near tourist areas guarantees an easy meal. This has created an imbalance, as some deer rely too much on human-produced food rather than seeking out their natural diet. Despite these concerns, efforts are being made to maintain a healthy balance. The Sika senbei are made with natural ingredients that are safe for the deer, ensuring that their health is not compromised. Additionally, local organizations monitor the deer population to ensure that tourism does not negatively impact their well-being. However, as more visitors continue to flock to Nara, the challenge remains: how can humans enjoy this unique experience while ensuring that the deer continue to live naturally? While Nara's deer have lived in harmony with humans for centuries, modern challenges are beginning to emerge. As tourism in the city grows, so do the problems associated with it. Not all visitors understand how to properly interact with the deer, leading to situations where human behavior negatively affects these animals. One of the biggest concerns is improper feeding. Although Sika senbei are specially made for the deer, some tourists ignore the rules and offer them other types of food, such as bread, chips, or even plastic-wrapped snacks. These items can be dangerous, causing digestive issues or even leading to accidental ingestion of plastic, which can be fatal. Local authorities have placed warning signs throughout the city, educating visitors on the importance of feeding the deer only with approved food, but the problem persists. Another issue is aggression. While most deer are gentle and accustomed to human interaction, some have become more assertive in their behavior. During peak tourist seasons, when thousands of people visit daily, some deer become frustrated or impatient, especially when they expect food but don't receive it. Reports of deer nudging, headbutting, or lightly biting tourists have increased over the years. While these incidents are rarely serious, they serve as a reminder that these are still wild animals, not pets. To address these concerns, Nara has implemented stricter guidelines to protect both visitors and deer. Education campaigns, warning signs, and even park staff help ensure that interactions remain safe and respectful. However, as tourism continues to grow, the city must find new ways to preserve the delicate balance that has allowed humans and deer to coexist peacefully for over 1,000 years. Despite the challenges that come with human interaction, there's something undeniably magical about Nara's deer. Walking through the city, you can't help but feel like you've stepped into a different world, a place where nature and civilization have found a way to exist in harmony. The sight of deer peacefully resting near centuries-old temples, calmly strolling through busy streets, or gently bowing to visitors creates an atmosphere that is unlike anywhere else on Earth. This unique relationship between humans and animals serves as a reminder of what is possible when we respect the creatures we share our world with. In most parts of the world, animals avoid human presence out of fear, but in Nara, trust has replaced fear, creating a rare and beautiful bond that has lasted for over a millennium. It's proof that when animals are treated with kindness, they respond in ways we may never expect. For those who visit Nara, the experience is unforgettable. Feeding a deer, watching it bow, and simply observing how effortlessly they navigate city life is something that stays with you long after you leave. It's a reminder that we don't always have to dominate nature. Sometimes, we can live alongside it. As Nara continues to welcome visitors from around the world, the responsibility to preserve this incredible relationship falls on both the locals and the tourists. It's up to us to ensure that this magical connection remains intact for future generations. By respecting the deer, following the guidelines, and appreciating them not just as an attraction but as an important part of Nara's history and culture, we can help maintain this extraordinary coexistence. So if you ever find yourself in Japan, make sure to visit Nara. Experience the wonder of walking among these gentle creatures, witness their fascinating behavior, and take a moment to appreciate what it truly means to share our world with nature. Because in Nara, the deer aren't just animals. They are living proof that peace between humans and wildlife is possible. The story of Nara's deer is one of harmony, history, and the power of coexistence. But what do you think? Should more cities work towards living peacefully with wildlife like this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more amazing content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.